Hello everybody, Brit engineer in the Philippines here. I'm afraid this is going to have to be my introductory video. When I first came here in August and I started to do some things, I did start to take some videos of me first building a trailer from suspension parts I'd sent from the UK. Completed that, then still waited for some more boxes to come from the UK with a gearbox and 12 volt electric winch and other bits and bobs that a clutch and everything I wanted to build my drilling rig for drilling my own well, because we've got no water here. Nobody really in this barangay here has got actually water piped into the house. There's just standpipes in the village where people go and collect the water. We did collect rainwater, which wasn't too bad. We had, I think, 10 220 litre barrels. We used to collect rainwater in, which was good enough. Once we kept it pretty clean, it was good enough, not for drinking, but for mainly other things around the house, and flushing the toilets. Having a shower after it was a bit filtered, wasn't too bad for that. But we were buying mineral water. We still do buy mineral water. We won't drink the well water, even though some of the local people around here, we actually supply them with a bit of water when they haven't got any. So they do drink it, and nobody's had any problems with the well water. I do run it through a filter system. It is really clean. I've got some test strips that I do test it. It's a little bit alkaline, which is better than being acidic anyway. And everybody says it tastes okay, so that's fine. I've not tasted it myself. Being a foreigner, I'm not used to bugs and germs like they get here, so I'm always very careful what I eat and what I drink. I won't eat any food that's been standing about on these restaurants or anything. It's got to be fresh, it's got to be freshly cooked. Flies are a problem here, even in the house here now, because we live in the province really. I don't know whether you can just see, this is like my land here, the new turkey house that I put there. We've got turkeys, we've got some goats, a few dogs. I hope they can keep quiet while I'm finishing this video. But yeah, turkeys, I enjoy the turkeys. And we haven't got chickens, because chickens around here don't seem to last very long. You'll have them for about 6 or 7 months, and all of a sudden they'll get a disease and they'll all die. Everybody's in the area will die, so we don't bother with chickens. The turkeys have been fine. We've had a lot of rain just lately. They don't really like the rain. That's why I built a new turkey house, so they can get in there and keep dry, because they do like roost everywhere. So, and they'll try in bits of trees and everything to try and roost, which if it rains at night they get soaked. So yeah, they're okay. They go in the new house anyway. So there's 12 altogether, and up to now 10 of them have been going in the house, and 2 of the other ones just go in the goat house, so they're not too bad. Yeah, sorry, when I first came, I brought my little video Sony camera with me that I'm using now. I brought that with me, and I bought a memory card from here, an SD card, 32 gigs, so I was taking lots of videos in the beginning. Stupid enough, I wasn't checking and downloading them. But when I finished the well, drilled the well, did all my videos of that, I thought, right, I'm going to download all my videos. And I went to see Frank at Club Safari. He helped me out with putting my own channel. He helped me out with a bit with that, but I've not put any videos on as yet. He helped me out with that, so I've got that there ready. So when I went to download off this SD card, or whatever you call it, it wouldn't download for some reason, and I couldn't get it to play back on the camera either. Even I put the USB into the camera into my laptop. It may be because I've got Apple. I've not tried it in a normal laptop. It may be because I use Apple equipment. It might not be downloading properly. I'll have to try it somewhere and see if it downloads. But I got a new, well, it's an old one that I had that I brought from the UK, and I cleaned it, cleared it, a new memory card thing stick. So I started using that. So I'm going to have to start off my blogs with my boat building. I built a boat. I've got quite a few videos of the boat in the building process. It's actually in the water now, and I've used it a few times. I've been out to sea about 10 miles off the coast, but this time of year it's not a good time. It's quite bad weather. We did have a lot of big waves when we were out there, but the boat handled it fine. I've got the river runs through my land, and that's the Nattawan River, and that actually does go to the sea, but it's about, I don't know, about 8 or 9 miles to sea. So it's you don't need to go fast on the river because there's that much things floating, coconuts, bamboo, branches, trees, no actual garbage, not household garbage, but like stuff comes off the fields, and I suppose people chuck branches and that in the river. So you've got to be very careful, you can't go fast. So it takes me about an hour to get to Nattawan down the river at about 10 miles, 8 to 10 miles. But I am going to see about keeping my boat at Nattawan and not keeping it on the river. It's quicker to go there by car, you can be there in like 15 minutes. It's probably cheaper as well in the car. The boat tends to use quite a bit of gas if you're going slow, not on the plane. So it's using about 8 litres over the 8 or 10 miles, so it's using quite a bit where the car would not use anywhere near that much. Possibly thinking about buying a motorbike also if I start keeping the boat at Nattawan, so it'd be even cheaper than just to run up there on a motorbike. The road's pretty good, it's a nice concrete new road, so it's not too bad. And also from our house to the main road is quite bad at the moment. Putting a new concrete road in, but where they're working it's horrendous. Our car isn't 4x4, even though it looks like a 4x4, it's only 2-wheel drive, which is front wheel drive. But I've never been stuck yet, and it is really muddy. If you know what you're doing, you're okay. I've seen quite a lot of people getting stuck, but they just don't seem to bother. They just seem to work with the machinery and just expect you to do your best to try and get through, but I'm not very happy the way they leave it. We can go the other way, but it's quite a long way into Tagbina. It's quite a long way to the highway in Tagbina. And then also, if you've got a motorbike, in the barangay here there's a bridge that goes over the river. You can get a motorbike over it quite easily. It's probably about 5 to 6 foot wide. You couldn't get a car over it, no chance. But motorbike's quite comfortable to go over the bridge, and that's only like half a kilometre to the highway if you go over the bridge. So this is my introductory video. I'm a mechanical fitter engineer. I've worked on loads of different things, from nuclear power stations to ships, battleships in Portsmouth and Southampton. No, Portsmouth it was, not Southampton, Portsmouth. The new aircraft carriers. The Queen Mary was supposed to be working on that, but I'm glad I didn't really, because it was a nightmare of security on and off. And it's a massive thing. If you've got to find a job, they give you a job, it could take you an hour to get to the right position. So yeah, I worked on a few destroyers. I didn't enjoy it. It wasn't a nice experience working on a ship. But I'm more used to working on nuclear power stations, and then lately before I retired in August. I was working in the water industry, worked quite a bit around London area, on the big upgrades, the Lee Tunnel project. I was on that for nearly a year while they were building the tunnel. We installed all the pumps and pipe work. I enjoyed that job, it was quite good. And then lately I was at Otterbourne Water Treatment Works. They're doing a big modification on there, some clean water filters. I was on there for, wow, it was a year and a half almost, working on there while they, just monitoring mainly, while they were doing the modifications. We were having to make sure everything was running okay. Obviously water is a food product, so health and hygiene has got to be very strict. People are drinking the water, same as if you're expecting to buy food, you expect it to be clean. So we were monitoring all the water process, making sure everything was okay. But yeah, I retired in August. I didn't get my pension till only just January, so I've been living on my savings, a bit of savings that I saved. We bought this land here 5 years ago, 2.6 hectares, quite big but very cheap in this area. We built this house just slowly, very slowly, just buying materials and getting workers to carry on work. We had a couple of good workers, so we were quite lucky there. And the salary here for a skilled man is like 500 pesos a day, which probably works out around about, I would say, £8 a day. So if you're on reasonable money, you could afford to keep a couple of workers working permanently and buy the material. Materials are quite cheap here anyway. But yeah, I'm sorry that I didn't manage to get the first videos in of the building the trailer, building the drilling rig, and then also drilling the well, which was quite an experience. We had some good fun. I've got a fantastic well now we drilled. I've got a 1,000 litre big new plastic tank, 1,000 litre one. It'll fill that in about 45 minutes. But we do it manually. We don't. It's not on an automatic float switch or anything. I put a sight glass on the side of the tank so that I can notice what the level is. So every other day we just top it up. Sometimes we run it down quite low and then top it right up. Then it runs through a filter system, and we change the filters and clean the filters. So it's okay. The water comes out quite crystal clear anyway, so it's quite nice. But yeah, sorry to say, my boat project is going to be the first vlogs that I'm going to put on. So this will be in my introductory, and you can follow me through. You might find it a bit boring at times. I do go on a bit when I'm talking about my boat, so I've got quite through the process. I've had no plans for the boat, just what I've got in my head and what I did a small model and things. And I know there's a lot of people saying, oh, you need a proper marine, what do you call it, marine designer to design it all and things. But it's not flying to the moon, it's only going on the river and the sea. You want to see the boats that are built here anyway. Some of them, I wouldn't say they're dangerous, but they're not built to a very good standard. So I went over the top really with the process on mine. But yeah, you'll probably enjoy the videos. There's a couple of other videos of going down the river to Natawan on one of the local boats. Took us on a trip on Sunday. The weather wasn't good, we got soaked a couple of times, it rained heavy. And then a few videos of local areas I've been to while I've been out. But I'm a bit slow at videoing sometimes. I get stuck in my work and I forget to video. And then at night I think, oh damn, I forgot to do a video of that. But yeah,